welcome in, welcome in. My apologies for being late today. One of the weirdest things has taken place. Weird. I mean, completely weird because right before I was due to go live, my microphone cord decided that it was no longer going to work. So I had to run to find my backup microphone and take the cord out of that one. I had to unbox it because it's been packed up because it's a backup. And long story short, I used the cord from my backup microphone to be able to do today's live. If anything's going to happen, it's going to happen before or during you go live. But welcome in, everyone. I am the Educated Natural. My motto here on this channel is I will never leave you uneducated. It has been a week for many of you, I know. Last week, some people experienced Hurricane Helene, and my prayers are with each and every one of you. I know many of you have started your recovery process. Just know that we are here if you need us. We thank you for keeping us updated. Those of you that was in the direct eye of the storm, we have been praying for you and covering you all as you go through this recovery process. So just know your audience is praying for you and supporting you along this journey. I know it was a surprise for a lot of people. It's not something that you anticipate, but it is something that has happened to several members of our community. And I wanted to just come on today and just kind of give you a virtual hug and let you know that we are here for you and we understand. But heed my warning. Please do not rush back to try to create content if you know it's going to be a struggle. You have built a strong enough platform that's going to support you. And we know and we understand that you and your family are trying to recover from devastation. And just know that I, the Educated Natural, I am praying for you. And I have literally written down several names. When I see your videos, those that do content, when I see your videos, I have been writing your names down and calling your name during my prayer time. So I just wanted to let you all know that you are not out there by yourself, that those of us in the community that know how to pray and have a connection with God, with the Father, we have been praying and covering you during this time because we truly understand that although we ourselves may not have gone through what you are going through, we definitely know that how the world turns. Today could be your day, tomorrow could be ours, but we are definitely here to cover each other. And so I just want to let those that are impacted by the storm know that. Those of you that know me know that I am originally from North Carolina. But the storm happened to hit further west from where I am originally from. So I've checked on my family members. Everyone is doing well there. And so that kind of gave me a little bit relief as far as my family goes. But they do know people and have other people that they know that do live in that part of North Carolina that was directly impacted by the storm. And so we're all just covering them. And I'm keeping in contact with the people at home, seeing if there's anything I could do to help. So I just wanted to encourage you to do the same. It may not be people you know. It may not be people that's in your family that's directly connected to the storm, but you can always, if possible, try to help those whenever you can. I don't care if it's no more than a couple dollars. That's $2 more than they had, and that's coming from your heart. So never miss the opportunity to be a blessing to one of God's children. Never miss an opportunity to be a blessing to one another. So if you can help someone, help them. So I wanted to just welcome everyone in. I see all the comments are starting to pour in. There are quite a few lives going on. And I wanted to just take the opportunity just to say hello to everyone. And so I'm trying to move some things around on my screen. Like I said, when my mic went out, it kind of threw quite a few things off over here. I don't know what happened, but your girl has some work to do when she gets off of here to figure out what went wrong because it just came out of nowhere. So a couple other things are kind of flashing I can see. So I don't know if it's across the wires or what happened, but nevertheless, we are here and we thank God for the opportunity. So welcome in, Mr. Arthur Butler. It's great to see you here. Thank you. Thank you. The Analytic Gardener, thank you for being here. Dolores, thank you for being here. Picture Me Crafting, thank you for being here. G Mama Grows, thank you for being here. Sarah, thank you for being here. And let's see here. Picture Me Crafting, I think I just said that. Hello, thank you for being here. Welcome in, everyone. I know it's a lot of moving and shaking going on right now, but I wanted to come in and say something that was on my heart. Now, you all know that our brother Odom of Odom's Homestead has his Get It Off Your Chest, and that usually takes place on Thursdays. But this is my turn to get some things off of my chest on my own channel. And that's just how I roll. So I wanted to say some things. Now, this live is not for everyone, okay? So do what your auntie or your mama and them told you to do. You take the meat and spit out the bones, all right? Because this may not pertain to you. But this particular live stream is for those that have taken the opportunity to study to show themselves approved. You have gone above and beyond your normal K through 12 education. You take learning very seriously. Whenever you look at something and you want to learn how it works, what it does, how it functions, how it moves, you take the time to go and learn that information, and you don't let anything stop you from doing so. Now, in saying that, I want to say this. As you grow, as you become more educated, you're going to face some interesting obstacles. And some of these obstacles are going to be surprising to you. Thank you so much, G Mama. Some of these obstacles are expected. Let's just say it like that. But we're now talking about the obstacles and challenges that were kind of came out of left field. You didn't see it coming. There was nothing anyone could tell you to prepare you for what was heading your way. And you know that there are going to be people that you're going to cross paths with, especially in the social media realm, that put their focus on various things. And it may not be the same exact thing that you put your focus on, but there may come a time when your paths may cross. And since we are here on YouTube, let's keep it centered right here. I've been talking about the changes that are happening as far as live streaming now since the beginning of September. And if you have followed my last few lives, you would know this. Now, let's back this thing up for a minute. Let me go back. A few years ago, probably between, let me see, maybe in 2019, 2020, I had a prophet. All right. I had a prophet. That's his title. I'm going to call him by his title because I respect that. Had a prophet point me out in a service. And he said to me out of nowhere, he says, your name will be spoken in rooms that you are not in. Now, at that time, I was like, he said some other things to follow that. Right. And it was like one of those things you hear and you're like, my God, like, wow, that's amazing. However, he didn't say that when that takes place, the amount of, let's just say, hate, for a lack of a better word right now, he didn't mention, nor was I warned, the amount of negativity that would come attached to that. He did not say that it would come from people that God destined you and created you to show up for. He didn't say that the negativity would come from people that you were literally on assignment to help. He just said that my name would be spoken in rooms that I was not going to be present in. Now, many of you, like myself, value education. You value learning. You value going above and beyond just what one book says. You may read a book a week. You may read 5 books a week. You love reading. You love learning. You love, whenever you focus your mind on something, going out and gathering all the information you can about whatever your subject matter is. And the more you learn something, the more you're going to grow. Hands down. If you're not growing, you're dying. Point blank, period. So you love learning. Never in a million years would you ever think that people would literally be upset with you or have something negative to say because you have literally decided, for whatever reason, that you are not going to just be a crab at the bottom of the barrel. You want more for yourself. So you decided to go out and educate yourself to be better today than you were yesterday. And then you did not keep the information to yourself. You literally said, okay, I'm not going to do people like people did me. Because for some people, as they were going through the journey of life, they didn't have people to come and grab them by the hand or point them in the right direction and try to make the journey easy for them. Some people took the information that they learned and ran with it. They didn't turn around and reach and try to help nobody else. They just went on about their business. But that's not your story. You actually, when you learned something, you turned around and you tried to help those pretty much behind you. The ones that you said, you know what? I know that they need this information. I'm not going to keep it to myself. I'm going to help them. However, what has taken place is, although with a great heart, with a cheerful heart, because you know the Bible says God loves a cheerful giver. I know some of y'all think that's just financial. No. When you're giving from your heart, with no agenda, no underlying, nothing. You're just showing up with it from the kindness of your heart to help another individual. You don't ask for nothing in return. Some of us have given it away for free. When you know there are hundreds of people giving it away for thousands of dollars, you have decided out of the kindness of your heart that you're going to help your fellow man, right? It behooves me. It befuddles me. Why in the world? When you, the educated individual, whether it's self-education, whether it's life education, whether it's an actual university or college education, whether it's just a GED, whatever your level of education is, you have taken what God has allowed you to learn, and you have taken that information freely and gave it to others. And can you imagine time after time after time of you turning around, taking what you know up here, what you have acquired in your mind through whatever level of education, and you turn around to give that information to another person? It'd be that same person that turns around and has something negative to say about you. It's not the fact that they don't like you. Sometimes it is. The fact is this: they need what you know, but they don't want to hear it from you. They would rather hear any level of information from anybody that's not you. When I realized that along the journey God has me on, I was going to face this over and over again. The first time it happened, it hurt. I mean, it hurt. It was like a throat punch. It hurt because I couldn't believe it. Because I was like, I genuinely loved you. I really wanted you to succeed. I didn't charge you anything. I was there for you. You would call me in the middle of the night. We would talk for hours. I was there. I mean, I was locked in. So when they turned and became very negative towards me, it hurt. I'm human. It hurt, right? But that's because I cared. But when that happens over and over and over again, you get to a place where it's like if you get a cut on your hand and you keep getting cut in that same place, eventually that place on your skin is going to get so used to it, it's not going to hurt anymore. A callus is probably going to form there, a keloid or something's going to form there to where it's not going to have that same impact. It's not going to have that same feeling. So when it continues to happen, eventually you become hardened. You may become closed. You may become more secure. You may put a line in the sand to where you say, well, you know what? I'm tired of this happening to me. Maybe it's not worth my time to continue to help when nobody wants my help. So then when you do that, then people got something else negative to say. Oh, you're being self-centered. Oh, you're being selfish, right? You start hearing these types of things. So tell me, when a person, you can speak for yourself. I'm looking at the chat. When this happens to you over and over again, what do you do? Do you continue to give, knowing you're going to be smacked every time you try to give, knowing that the people that you're on assignment to give to are the people that you see with your own eyes that need your help, your level of expertise in a thing? Do you continue to give, or do you sit there and say, this is going to hurt, or it doesn't even matter, I'm just going to put it out there anyway, let the chips fall where they're going to fall? Because it's a shame, personally speaking, to go above and beyond to help, to have your face smacked pretty much from the ones you're trying to help. Not because they don't like you necessarily, but because you're smart, but because you read a book and you're able to regurgitate that information back to them, or because you have studied something and you're able to actually help them freely and easily. But because it's you, they turn their back on you. Yes, G Mama, some people are really fickle. The Lord says it hurts when your best just ain't good enough, when you go above and beyond to get kicked. Absolutely. Because what people have to realize, it's easy to gather some information and then keep on moving. Don't tell nobody nothing. That's easy. For a lot of people. For some people, it's hard because you are a giver by nature. You just love to give. You're not asking for nothing. You're not looking for nothing in return. You just love to give. But even the biggest giver gets tired sometimes. Even the biggest giver at times will say, you know what, God, I'm gonna listen more to you. Maybe all these people are not my assignment. So I'm only going to concentrate on the ones that are, and let somebody else deal with the riffraff. Because if they don't want to hear it from me, let them hear it from the people out there who do not know what they're talking about, who is trying to figure this thing out just like them, versus the ones that are, I hate to say it like this, but it is what it is, an expert in their field. Let me give you an example. Walk with me for a minute. Let's take a story. Let me show you what I'm talking about. All right. Imagine, picture me crafting and G Mama are on the phone. I'm going to tell the story, y'all. So follow with me. I'm going to give you a good example. So picture me crafting just got a new car, brand new car, 2024, right? Now, 2025, she stepped it up. She got 2025, right? And she calls up G Mama. She says, G Mama, let's take a ride, girl. There is a sale going on at Joann's, and then there's a sale going on at Lowe's. Girl, let's go. Picture me crafting and G Mama meet up. G Mama hops in the car with Picture Me crafting. So they riding down the road going to Lowe's, right? They talking, laughing, having a good time, enjoying this new car. They get to the parking lot of Lowe's. They, Picture Me crafting, puts it in park and turns it off, and they ready to get out the car. They both pull on the handle of the door. Guess what? Door doesn't open. They looking at each other like, what in the world, girl? What's going on? So they pushing and pulling, trying to get out the car. Door won't open. So now they start to panic. So now G Mama looks at Picture Me Crafting like, excuse me, this is your car. I need for you to tell me how to get out of this car. We gonna miss the sale. So now Picture Me Crafting is panicking. She's like, I don't know what to do. I just got this car. I don't know. Typically, when you turn off a car, you can just pull on the thing and you can get out. So she's trying to take her fingernails, trying to pull up the lock. The lock is too low. She can't get down, and neither one of them can get out this car, y'all. They tried everything. So now they start to panic. I mean, they completely start to lose it. So about that time, other people start pulling up in the parking lot. And one of those other people happens to be Big Rooster. Big Rooster just got off his lunch break. He's like, you know what? I'm going to hop over here in Lowe's. I need to get some new tools because they're on sale. But as Big Rooster gets out the vehicle, he has on coveralls. His side job is he works for Jiffy Lube, right? On his coveralls say Jiffy Lube. So he sees them as he's walking across the parking lot because now they're in the window talking about, help us, we can't get out. So he sees them. He's like, oh, man. So he runs over to the vehicle. He's like, hey, ladies, are y'all all right? And they're like, we can't get out this car. Help us get out this car. And he's like, all right. He says, okay, typically in cars, there is a button that says unlock. It'll unlock your door so you can get out. Look for the button. Well, at the same time he's telling them this, Picture Me Crafting and G Mama is the passenger. G Mama looks at him like this. And then she turns her head and she looks at Picture Me Crafting, who's driving, and she says, do you know him? and Picture Me Crafting like, nah, girl, I don't know him. So now they're having this conversation back and forth, like, who is this dude? Who is he? And so he is like, all you got to do is look for the button. It's usually in the dash. Look for the button. Look for the button. They're completely ignoring him as if he is not standing there trying to help them. They have completely ignored the fact that he has Jiffy Lube on his uniform that clearly shows you proof in the pudding that this man just may know what he's talking about because he works for Jiffy Lube, which is an automobile focused company. So it may make you think he may know what he's talking about. But oh, no. That's not good enough for Picture Me Crafting and G Mama. They're like, you can leave. We don't know you. You can leave. We don't even like you. Get out of here. You may be trying to rob us or something. Get out of here. So they just very rude. Just tell him, just get on out of here, right? So Big Rooster is like, well, shucks. Peace out. So he bounces on to the store. So they still can't get out this car, y'all. They are still stuck in this car. So they banging and banging and banging. Somebody help us get out this car. Somebody help us get out this car, right? So about that time, Crafty Leo, who heard about the sale. Crafty Leo decides, I'm about to go in here and get some stuff up out of here. I need a new saw because I'm working on a project. I need a new saw. So as she's walking across the parking lot, she notices G Mama and Picture Me Crafting in this car having a whole fit talking about let us out of here. So she walks over. She says, hey, y'all good? And they go, no, help us get out this car. We can't get out. The doors are locked. We can't get out. So Crafty Leo doesn't know a single thing about vehicles. Then all she knows is how to get in it and drive it. Her husband, Phil, puts the gas in it. He's the one that takes it to the mechanic. She knows absolutely nothing about cars. But she says, hey, have you tried starting it back up again? So they're like, oh, okay. So they started, the Picture Me Crafting starts it back up because that's what Crafty said, even though Crafty knows nothing about vehicles. So she starts it back up. She says, okay, now try it. They try to get out the door. Nothing happens. So she said, okay, turn it back on. And then she says, how about if you try to go through the trunk? So they're like, girl, we can't fit from here to the trunk. How we gonna get, no, that's not, nope. Come up with something else. She goes, okay. How about turn the vehicle back on, pump the brakes 3 times, and hit the gas at the same time. Maybe that'll trigger something. So they do it because it's what she said to do, knowing that she knows nothing about cars. So no matter what Crafty Leo tells them to do, they're going to keep on trying it, even though it could probably tear up this vehicle and really have them stuck. They do exactly what she says do because they like her personality. They all laughing about this thing. They having a good old time, even though they are still stuck in this vehicle. So, moral of this story is, if you continue to ignore the ones that know a little bit about what they're talking about, your tail gonna be stuck in that car. You're gonna be stuck. You're not gonna be able to get unstuck, and you're gonna be listening to the wrong people, and you're still gonna be stuck. And eventually, you're gonna be frustrated, and you're gonna want to quit. When all you had to do was listen to the people that have the skills to pay the bills, the ones that have gone above and beyond to study to show themselves approved, so that they are able to really, truly help you and keep you from hitting the hurdles that you're going to hit if you don't learn to listen to the ones that have proof in the pudding. That's the problem I'm noticing that's happening in social media. People seem to be more inclined to listen to the ones that speak the loudest, the longest, the goofiest, that show up as some type of representative of themselves. I don't know. They don't want to hear it from the ones that know what they're talking about and have the receipts to prove it. Picture me crafting, and G Mama didn't want to listen to Big Rooster because they didn't know him. They weren't familiar with him. They didn't even look for a button. They didn't do anything, something simple that he told them to do. But truth be told, they needed his help in order to get out of that vehicle. Thank you so much, GT. Thank you. Welcome in. Welcome in. It's great to see you. Welcome in, Crafty Leo. And it's like, it blows my mind. Like for me, and I'm sure probably for a lot of you, it would be best to get information from people that know more than you. Like, what is a person going to teach you that knows the same exact information that you know? They don't know a bit more than you do. So why would you want, they can only take you so far. But if you want to know how to do something that's above their level of expertise, you're going to have to listen to someone that has proof in their pudding. Someone that has success in that thing. Someone that has used that thing versus someone that's learning just like you. Sometimes it works better that way. And stop thinking, my goodness, stop thinking because a person knows something that they are a know-it-all. That's not the case at all, most of the times. The problem isn't the person that you got this issue with, that you're tired of hearing their name in rooms that they're not in. You're tired of hearing people being a reference source because every time you turn around, you hear G Mama. You hear, well, go to Crafty Leo. You hear Dolores knows how to do that. You tired of hearing 10 knows how to do that. That's getting on your nerves. It's not their fault that they know how to do these things. Yeah. Thank you, Crafty. Yes, it does. It's not their fault. The problem is you. The problem is you settled for not knowing more than what you know. They decided that they hadn't arrived yet, and so they still want to try to gain as much knowledge and wisdom as they can while God still gives them breath to breathe. That's not their fault that they decided to go back to school or they decided to pick up a book and read it. It's not their fault. The issue is you. You have a problem because you settled for less and they didn't. I've faced this so many times in my life, even especially when I decided to leave my hometown. I can't tell you every time I've returned, I'm getting a side eye from somebody, whether it's family, a neighbor, or somebody. Somebody always has something to say because Kim decided to pack up her stuff and go. Because I always said there's more out there. There's more. There has to be more than here. It has to be more. And that bugged people because when I do return, I speak like I have some sense. I act like I have some sense. I don't do a lot of the things that some of them may continue to do, have always done. I'm just different. I've always been different. So when you educate yourself or you become educated, you show up different. A seed doesn't stay a seed if it lands in the right environment. That seed is going to do what? Germinate. It's going to germinate. It's going to grow. As long as that environment is conducive to that thing to manifest into what God created it to be, it's going to do that. Some of you all, I had to learn. I was trying to give meat to people that although they were older than me and some younger than me, but they weren't no babies, but some of them were still on Ifamil, and here I am trying to give them steak. They weren't ready for it. My eyes deceived me because I thought for sure that they were ready for it, and they weren't. And so it started to cause me frustration, like, okay, I can't teach this any simpler than this. What's wrong with these people? You know? And I had to come to a realization that I may be focusing on the wrong tribe. Maybe I need to back up a little bit, reevaluate some things, and look at who my information is for. There are some people that are truly for you. There are some people that are truly not for you. And as a content creator, it's important, especially if you're a business owner or want to be a business owner. You have to figure out who your information is for. That's why they call it a target audience. It's not for everyone. So those of you that's facing the negativity from people that are upset or don't like you or that keep rejecting you because of your level of intelligence, it's not you. It's them. They are not your target audience. You are not for them. So stop. Matter of fact, do yourself a favor because this is what I'm doing. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. I'm speaking for me. And give you no advice. This is what I'm doing. I'm no longer going in people's chats giving unsolicited advice. If they don't say 10, do you know blah, 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 blah? I'm not saying jack. I'm not saying nothing because some people don't want to hear it from me. I realize that, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. It lightens my load, actually, because I don't have to try to help everybody. Because that's when you end up getting hurt. If you haven't looked at my channel, if you haven't listened to my content or watched anything I have done over the last 11 years of being on YouTube, then I'm not for you. It doesn't mean I don't know what I'm talking about because I got receipts to prove it. Okay, I have testimonials to prove it. My members are here. You have heard from several of them, even on their lives. They'll mention my name and say, y'all really need to get in contact and join 10's membership. I don't tell them to say that. I just show up in the capacity that God has given me the ability to show up in. And I teach and I educate them. That's all I do. It's up to them, each and every one of them, to execute. I can preach execution all day long. I could teach all day long on various subject matters that I am literally an expert in the field in. I can do that all day long. But it's up to them to move out and execute. The same thing with each of you. It's up to you. If you want to learn how to use something, an alternative to StreamYard, it's going to be up to you to figure out how to do it. Especially if you don't want to hear from people like Dolores, if you don't want to hear from people like me and other people in the chat, who have some skin in the game, meaning they have spent years using these various platforms so they know what they're talking about. I have sat back ever since StreamYard did that big announcement, I guess you want to call it, and they announced their changes. I literally welcome it. Oh, you already, come on in, Dolores. Yay, thank you. I have literally sat back in incognito and watched and listened to some of you go in these chats, and you will see people trying to use Restream, or you will see people trying to use Talk Studio, and you will sit there and try to give them advice, and they will completely ignore you. I mean, literally, completely ignore you. And I'm sitting there like, wow. Everybody knows that this person knows what they're talking about, but you don't want to listen to them. That's crazy to me. It makes no sense to me that you would rather listen to someone that does not have a clue to what they're talking about versus someone that has proof in their pudding. I mean, their success has left clues and you still don't even want to hear it. I don't understand it. It is so weird to me that it's like that. So I had to come on today just to give some encouragement to those of you that are facing negativity based on what you know and know how to do. It's crazy. It's not you, baby. It is not you. It's a them problem. I always tell people, please, for your sake, do not make me your problem. I don't have a problem with anybody. I live my life freely. I'm blessed beyond measure. And people, for some reason, it always happens. I'm minding my business and someone always has this negative look on their face when somebody says, well, if you ask 10 can help you, or join 10's membership, or 10 this and 10 that. We see you on camera. We hear you, even if we're not looking at the screen. People have to understand that nonverbal communication is still communication, just like verbal. So if you have an issue with someone, you don't got to say all that craziness. You can just say, oh, okay, thank you. And then find whoever or whomever you want to work with. I'm not for everyone. I never get on here, boast and brag and do all these things that some people do. I have literally, from people that's a lot smarter and richer than I am, come to me and say, you are literally the best kept secret. They was like, you don't promote yourself enough. You don't do this enough. You should be out there. You should be doing this and you should be doing that. And I'm like, in God's timing, it'll happen. Because I was so focused on turning around, helping so many other people that I could see needed my help just to get the negativity that came with it. So I'm here to tell you, I'm tired of taking punches. I'm not taking no more punches. I'm not. I'm a punch back. And my silence speaks volumes. And so there's a lot of things that I have spent a lot of years on this channel giving out freely, trying to help, staying up late nights, getting up early mornings, just trying to make sure that I have my ducks in a row, my stuff together. So when I come and I speak with you and I in my membership, I'm trying to help you do something on one-on-ones. I'm trying to help people that I'm all the way together and I can give you what you need. It sucks to look at some of the people that try to devalue you. Let me give you an example. GT, Dolores, Bayou, G Mama, just ones off the top of my head, and probably Crafty Leo have all, just to name a few, there's so many more, have all on their individual platforms or in other people's chats, I've seen it, told people about the value of the membership. This is not about the membership. The membership is going to be the membership, and I'm going to be who God created me to be regardless. If it ain't nobody but me and the walls, okay? They have, on their own, told you all the value they have gained. GT has been with me for a year plus, okay? You saw his thing in there. Just Gifted, G Mama, they have all been with me since I started my membership and are still there. I truly believe if I wasn't giving out any level of value, they would have been gone a long time ago. I truly believe that. Because they have other options. There are other channels and content creators that have memberships, but they are choosing to stay with the Educated Natural. That's valuable to me. That speaks volumes to me. Because right before I launched my membership, I was talking with another content creator. They have hundreds of thousands of followers or subscribers. And I was talking with them and I said, how valuable is doing the membership and all these different things? I was asking them different questions. I had their ears, so I used the opportunity. And they said, if you start a membership, make sure it's filled with value. However, I need to issue you a warning. So now my ears are perking up and I'm like, what warning? And they were saying, be mindful, because the more popular your membership becomes, there are going to be people outside of your membership trying to get information about your membership. And I was like, for real? I said, well, there's no way people that have paid money to be a part of a membership are going to tell them anything. And they were like, you'd be surprised. Just take my warning that there are going to be outsiders so curious about your membership. They won't join it. They'll just inquire from other people that's in it about it. Well, lo and behold, if it ain't happened, y'all, over and over again, I keep getting reports that people that's outside of the membership inquiring about what I'm teaching, how I'm teaching it, who's in there, all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, instead of joining for yourself, instead of getting the information straight from the horse's mouth, you rather get it from a third party. That's crazy to me. If I want to know what someone else is teaching or doing in a membership, it would be smart to just pay whatever the fee is and learn on your own. Because even if somebody tries to come and tell you how to do something, they're probably going to be missing information that only I have. So wouldn't it be smart to just go and join a person's membership for yourself? Join at the level that best suits you so you can get the information that's valuable to you straight from the source. Let me tell my members something. If you have ever had anyone come up and try to do that to you, do yourself and me a favor. Don't tell them anything. And I'm going to tell you why. Whenever a person comes to you and they're trying to pry information out of you, it's disrespectful two ways. It's disrespectful first to you because what they're saying is, I'm not going to pay like you did and make that investment like you did. But I believe you are small-minded enough to tell me exactly what I want to know for free, even though you're paying for it. That's disrespectful to you. It's disrespectful too to me because they don't value me as a person, as a business owner, as an educator to come and get the information directly from the source. It's disrespectful. I don't care how you flip it. It's disrespectful. So my ask to my members is don't tell them anything. If you want to tell them something, drop my link to the membership. Say, come find out for yourself. I can't help you with that. Because if you can make the investment in the membership, so can they. If they want information from the Educated Natural, they're going to have to come and get it from the Educated Natural. If you have your own membership, you can teach them whatever you focus on, whatever your level of expertise is. But when it comes to what God has allowed me to learn and experience, you're going to have to come to the source. You're going to have to come and get it from me. That's all you got to do is point them back to me. When I was a kid and I was growing up and some adult would approach me and say, what's your mama doing? Blah, 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 blah. I was like, you got to go ask my mama. Because my mama made it clear. What happens in my house stays in my house. Somebody asks you something, tell them to come see me. And same rules apply here. So don't let people pry you for information that you have made the investment to get. That's all I'm saying. So let me go to the chat. Let me see who I missed. The Analytic Gardener is here. I know I was late because my microphone cord went bad and I didn't know it. And when I went to go live, I didn't have any of the the little screen that shows you, your little mixer screen that shows you your volume, there was absolutely no activity. So I knew my mic wasn't working. So I'm in here plugging stuff up, unplugging stuff up, rerouting and all kinds of stuff. My mic wasn't working. So I had to literally go out to my garage, find my backup microphone, praying that it used the same USB type cord. So it did. And so that's why I'm here now, because I was able to use my backup mic's cord so you guys can hear me. So yeah, it's been a journey. It's been a day. It's been one of those interesting days. So thank you for coming back, the Analytic Gardener. Hey, Geeky Girls Journal, welcome in. It's great to see you. Let's see here. I have a new feature on here. This is it's not new to me. I mean, obviously, but I've never used it from this capacity before. And I will, as I'm learning it and as I'm building out my different scenes, I will eventually let my members know what this is. Because I first debuted this to them and they were like, what is that? And I'm like, give me a second. I'm used to using it a different way. I've never used it this way before. So I'll let y'all know what this is. I'll let y'all see what's under the hoods. So yeah. Hey, Juicy with Jay, welcome in. Hey, Tamika Davis, welcome in. Tori, welcome in. Great to see you. So it's pretty cool. I'm still building it out. And when my mic went out on me today, it threw me off a little bit about the things that I wanted to show. But I just wanted to come on today really quickly and just to encourage you all, to let you know it's not you. The more you grow in the public eye, the more you're going to be faced with some sort of adversity. You're going to be faced with some sort of challenge. It's going to happen. Oh my goodness. Oh wait, I got a new camera. Let me show y'all something. So let me see. It works. All right. Okay, too close. Okay, I have a new camera. It has some AI stuff to it. So I was wanting to see if that would work. But it also follows me, but I turned that feature off because I like to wave a lot. And every time I would do this, it would follow me around the room. I was like, stop. So yeah, it's a pretty cool camera. So I wanted to see if that would work. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. But I just wanted to just encourage you guys. Don't give up. Don't quit. I know it is a headache. I know. I know. But hang in there. Hang in there. I wanted to see if another thing would work on here. I'm not going to do it now. I'll do this offline because I'll start messing with stuff and we will be here all day because it is pretty cool. I haven't figured out how to get my comments to do what I want it to do. I did have a feature on here that would let me do it, but they did an update and well, you know how updates can go, right? So I don't see it popping up the way that I want it to pop up. I see everything else. I just don't see things the way I want to see things. So I'll be working on that when I get off of here. So I can't wait to show y'all what this is. It's going to shock you. It's probably going to surprise you. Hey, Big Rooster, I was just talking about you. Welcome in. So, yeah. I think I said welcome in Juicing with Jay, but if I did, welcome in Juicing with Jay. So I am trying to see, because I have so many cool layouts. And I was telling my members when I debuted this that I love tinkering with stuff. And that's why I know about a lot of different live streaming platforms, because I'm always, when I hear about them, if they can pique my interest, I always go and just mess with it. You know, some of these you can go for free just to get your feel for it and kind of go from there. And others you may have to pay. And like I mentioned before, a lot of these live streaming platforms are revamping their free tiers. Some of them haven't touched anything as of yet, which is a great thing for content creators, but some have. And so I will leave that for somebody else to tell y'all about. You know, I'm trying to bore y'all or anything like that. Y'all don't want to hear it from me. Hey, grow up with Hustle, welcome in. So yeah, there's a lot of things that's going on, but I am so intrigued as to how to get this back on the screen. But it is so cool to be able to. Can I move this? Oh wow, it does move. Okay, sorry y'all. Sorry y'all. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that if you have gone above and beyond to educate yourself about anything, don't let other people try to make you feel bad about that. Don't even allow it to impact you whatsoever, because it's a God-driven thing a lot of the times when you pick up a book and you start to read it, or you go to back to school. Don't care what age you are. You go back to school to learn a new skill set. To me, that's an amazing thing. That means you're not settling for anything in life. You're trying to be better. You're trying to grow. And I believe that pleases the Father when we're doing better every chance we can. We're getting better. And I personally, I think it's awesome. So if you're a person out there and you're frustrated, you've been hit by either people in the community or outside of the community, and you want to quit, you want to give up, you want to just stop, don't stop. Don't quit. You don't have any quit in you. Just know that it's a part of the journey. It's a part of your journey. It's going to happen. Not everyone is going to like you for whatever reason. They are not. And that's okay. You love yourself enough for them. You love the fact that you went above and beyond to acquire knowledge and wisdom. And the Bible warns each and every one of us that read it. It tells us that God even said his people perish because of a lack of knowledge. Why would you want to perish because you don't like who's bringing the information? I'm telling you now, I don't care if it's a man with one eye and one good tooth. If he can tell me something that's going to help me be better tomorrow than I am today, I am going to listen. I don't care what they look like. I don't care what color they are. If it's something of value, I'm going to listen. Now, I have the choice whether I'm going to apply or execute upon that information, but I'm going to take the time and listen, because they may know something that I may not know. So I'm going to listen to them. And I would encourage you to do the same. My grandmother used to tell me all the time as a kid, don't be so dismissive of other people, because you could literally be entertaining angels. So I'm not going to just be rude and just say, they don't know what they're talking about. No, I'm going to pray that God gives them the wisdom and the knowledge that they need to do whatever they're doing. And I'm going to take whatever I find is valuable and I'm going to move out accordingly. But I'm not going to try to sit up there, whether publicly or behind these little private conversations, and try to belittle someone to try to make myself look bigger and better. That's ridiculous. If a person knows how to do something, that's the moment of celebration, not a moment of hating or being negative because you don't know. That was your choice and that was their choice. Respect people for what they do and what they bring to the table. Welcome in, Nikki. Welcome in the Everyday Life of OCD's chick. But don't be disrespectful to people that one day God could put it to where you're going to need that person. And some people are like elephants. They don't forget. They may forgive. They ain't going to forget. So be mindful, because that road you travel to get up in numbers or get wherever you are may be the same road you're going to have to travel when you fall back down. Same people. You never know how God is going to turn the tables. Because if you're rude to somebody today, next week, next month, you could find yourself in a hardship and have nobody else to help you but that person. I have seen it happen time and time again. I've seen it happen. You don't want to be on the receiving end of what you just put out. Treat others how you want them to treat you. That's why I try to be as respectful as I can with people. Even if it's somebody that gets on my absolutely last nerve, I try to be as respectful as I can. If I find myself wanting to be disrespectful, I will separate myself from the camera. I will separate myself from people. I need to go and do a 10 count. I need to go and take a run or a walk or a swim or something to get that negativity off of me and not come on camera and just spew that everywhere. Because you just never know if you're negative, hateful, disrespectful to another person, how that's going to come back to you. Maybe God won't let it come from the person you did it to. But if you got children, you may get it through your child. You have a spouse or a significant other, you may get it from them. God has a way of making you get exactly what you give. So be careful. Be careful how you treat people. Because it could come back and smack you right in the middle of your forehead. For real, for real. Some people right now are going through troubles and tribulations and trials and tests because of what they did 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago to another person. They have gone on about their life, forgot about it. But karma is something else. So you have to be careful in every day of your life how you treat people. It has a way of coming back. I'm telling you, has a way of coming back. The other night, Miss Linda T. Nog, the New Orleans gardener, she shared with us how she wanted us to help a fellow content creator and gardener, Miss Gail, over at Georgia Peachnut. I thought that was such a great act of kindness. She didn't have to do that, but she did it out of her heart. But what I love to see outside of that was how many content creators without hesitation gave. Some gave what she asked to be given. Some gave above and beyond. But that's how community works. That's what we're supposed to do for one another. That's exactly what makes God smile, makes him happy. But when you don't give and when you don't do things according to what God has created you to do, you hurt yourself. You think you're being a smart behind to the other person, but you're really hurting yourself because now those eyes that used to look upon you that says, man, they are so cool. That's a good person. Now, because of what you did, because of what you said, because of how you acted, now people are going to start to wonder about you. Because now they're saying, well, is this the real them or is the other person the real them? Because I don't like this side of them. What is that? We have to be mindful. Even Juicing with Jay says, each one teach one. That's a powerful statement. But if all the teachers keep getting smacked and disrespected and they start to turn their backs, what then? What then? I love teachers, especially the ones that go above and beyond to make sure their students learn. That is powerful to me. Not the ones that just dare to collect the paycheck, but the ones that truly care. Even the ones in the communities that I visit and I'm connecting to and have connected to. Those teachers, I love seeing that. But it hurts when I hear the stories or when I experience it myself of people that need the most help, reject those that have the answers to their questions for whatever reason. You just say, oh, I can't learn from you because of this. A lot of y'all want the gift that's inside the box, but because the box may be battered in some kind of way, maybe the bow is crooked on it. Maybe you don't like the color of the box. You will reject the entire thing when inside of that box is what you really need. You got to be careful who you reject. You got to be careful how you carry yourself and what you say about or to another person, whether you're doing it to their face or you're doing it behind the scenes, because there's a lot of behind the scenes talks that's happening that's now making their way to the light, because a lot of it has fallen in my lap. What has even been said about me. You're mad or upset or turned off because my name is in rooms that I'm not at. Oh, well. I hope you got some more boots on, some higher level boots, because it's about to get real deep with 10. I haven't even scratched the surface to reveal the things I'm able to do. I told Dolores the other day I had to thank her because she activated something in me that I, for years, said, I'm not doing that. Not doing it. Nope, I'm going to keep it to myself. I'll do this, this, and this, but this right here, I'm keeping it to myself. She has literally, me watching her grow since I've known her, has made me say, you know what? I'm tech savvy. Let me show them what I'm working with. Let me show how deep this thing could go. So while everybody else is panicking because of what's happening with StreamYard, I'm over here with my feet up on my table, with my hands behind my head, like, that's crazy. Well, back to my platform, like, because I have options. When I decided I wanted to be a content creator, I didn't just focus myself on one platform. There are platforms that are no longer here when I first started. They're no longer a thing now because they were either bought out, the owners just decided it wasn't profitable and they just disappeared out of nowhere. And I've watched people come on platforms, blow up on platforms. And before we knew it, the platform was gone and so were the people. I haven't heard from them. I'm looking on social media looking for them. Like, man, they were so cool. Where are they? They disappeared with that platform. I also know that there are certain people that these platforms is all they have. When they're home, around their family, at work, nobody's calling their name. They only come on here because it makes them feel like somebody. So they feel they can say whatever they want to other people. They can treat people how they want to without repercussion because I got 10,000 followers. You only got 500. Oh, I got 20,000 followers. You only got 50. Look at me. I have arrived. I am, right? You see these people. This is all they have. When I realize I'm getting upset for no reason, this is all that person had. If this platform, YouTube, would go away right now, people would lose their minds because it's all they have to make them feel like somebody. They have literally put all their eggs in these social media platforms. I thank God that I have a following outside of social media. I know people outside of social media. I know people at different echelons of business. Thank you, Jesus. I never want to get so high that I forget about the things and the ones that truly matter to not only God, but to my assignment. So if God keeps this channel where it is in the 2000s, that's fine by me. But what I'm not going to do is get the big head. I'm going to stay right where God tells me to be. Because I have seen too many people fall and lose everything. I have lost in business before, majorly. Taught me a big lesson too. The things that's happening behind these scenes, all this negativity, you're getting tired of hearing about certain people know how to do certain things. You say you can't learn and you can't be taught and you don't want to connect with certain people while at the same time smiling in their face, but stabbing them in the back at the same time. All of that stuff is coming to the light. So you can play however you want to play, but you're not going to play in my face and tell me it's raining. You're not about, my mom used to say, you're not going to pee on me and then try to tell me it's raining. It's not going to happen. Once I see you, I see you. That mask that you wore publicly is broken. I see you. And this is all I needed to see. So whatever attachment I had before, whatever thought I had before, it's a done deal. Saw what you look like from behind that curtain, from whatever character you have built here on social media. I see you. Now it's up to everybody else to see you, but I see you. And I'm going to protect my peace, and I'm going to protect my brand, and I'm going to protect my name, and I'm going to stand up for everything that's attached to the educated natural, 10 toes down, for real. Y'all have seen me do it. But I don't play games. I do not deal with small-minded people that think because they have a following on these social media platforms that makes them some sort of way better and bigger than everyone else. That is crazy. I've seen it come and go too many times. So do yourself a favor. Stop getting so high on your own supply that you feel you can be disrespectful to other people. Do yourself a favor. Because things have a way of turning around and coming back and hitting you. Welcome in, Gardening is Great. Welcome in. Let's see here. Gardening is Great says, so true. You never know what a person may be going through. Absolutely. There are certain people that show up on camera, smiling, laughing, having a good old time. But when that camera goes off, they could be facing depression. They could be facing anxiety. They could be facing some type of health issue. Some of them could be contemplating leaving this world prematurely, and you know what that means. You just never know. You just never know. And so you have to be careful how you treat people. Hey, Veggie Farming, welcome in. Because you could be that last pin that drops that pushes someone over the edge. And you don't want to bear that. You don't want to bear that on you. The Lord says, some people don't realize you might not have what they got, not because you can't, but you don't want it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me tell you something. That reminds me of a conversation I was having with another content creator. And they were talking about the YouTube numbers and how frustrated they were with their channel and it's not growing and blah, blah, blah. And I had to literally just tell them something. Now, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I personally no longer look at or get focused completely on a person's numbers. And I'm going to tell you why. A few months ago, a content creator approached me. I'm not going to say who it is. They are not in our normal community, but they're in a community that I frequent every now and then. They were looking at my channel, they said. They love my content. They think I should be bigger than what I am, all these things, right? Cool. Then they get to the main part of the conversation. They were offering me thousands of subscribers if I paid them X amount of dollars. And they could make it happen like that. And I kindly told them, no, thank you. And they started to tell me, oh, well, I've helped. I said, don't tell me. Don't tell me who you have helped. I don't want to know actual names of people that have taken you up on this offer. I don't want to know. That's not my business. I can only speak for me. Don't bring that here. Because with YouTube cranking down on so many things, I don't need that heat. I don't need that attention. So if you are a content creator that's out there and you know that you have bought these thousands, I mean, some people don't just stop at 50 or 100. They buying thousands of folks. Stop coming over here beating your chest. Please stop. Stop coming over here talking about, oh, I got 100. Oh, look, I got 90. Stop. Just stop. Because it's two folds to that thing. Sometimes when you tell a person no, the person even revealed to me that sometimes they do it anyway, without your knowledge. And you're thinking, oh my goodness, everybody's finding my shorts are bringing in all these people. Oh my goodness, look at me. Oh my goodness. Like you over there excited, not understanding that somebody is pegging your channel. It's happening. I wouldn't have believed it if it didn't come to me. I was like, oh, don't you touch my channel. I will find you and choke you out. Like, don't do it. Don't do it. That's why when people get on here and they got the big kid, oh yeah, I'm celebrating. I hit 10K. Oh, I'm like, did you really? Did you really? You know? And so please, if you're looking at these fellow content creators and you're thinking, oh my goodness, my channel's not growing. How can this person's channel be growing? Blah, 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 blah. And it's getting into your head. Stop. Not all of it is authentic. So stop. Give yourself some grace, baby. Keep showing up. Keep producing your content, and God will give the increase. God will increase your territory when it's time. Do not try to rush out there prematurely. Don't do it. because you can get those thousands of people, and when you go live, only 5 show up. Is that really worth it? They're not watching your videos. They're just not, because they're not authentic. So be mindful of what you're doing. Be mindful of what you're seeing these other content creators out here doing. Focus and keep your eyes on your own paper. If I go to a content creator's channel, I'm looking at their videos. I don't care about their numbers, because I'm trying to get to know the person themselves. Because there are some people that have great content, and I must say so myself, their channels should be bigger, should be larger. But that's just my personal thought on it, because I just love their content, their personality, everything about them. But then there are some other people's channels who are huge, that are rude to their subscribers, that show up, don't know what the heck they're talking about, that's up there being a talking head, acting crazy. I don't know. It's just not my thing. Okay. It doesn't, and to me, it doesn't make them any better than anyone else. So just because they have this huge following doesn't mean everybody's gonna go falling over there. If there's no substance in the content, I'm not gonna be there personally anyway. I don't want to see you eat a sandwich. You told me you're supposed to go and you're gonna be talking tonight, and you're gonna be talking about how to tie your shoe. So I'm like, man, I want to learn how to tie my shoe. So I will go over here, and I get over there, and you want to talk about everything else but tying your shoe. Peace. I'm out. That's not what I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? So I would rather watch and consume the content of content creators that's showing up, doing what they say they're going to do. Whatever your channel is about, I expect to see that. That's just me. Okay. That's just how I roll. And that's what I try to give on my channel. If I say I'm talking about a specific topic, I'm getting into that topic and we going with it. And that's what we're doing. I'm not here to waste your time or have my time wasted. When I show up for my members, before we even have our meeting, I'll always ask them, is there something that has happened since our last meeting that we need to address? What's going on? How's everybody doing? Any issues? Let's talk about it. So I can add that to my agenda, so that when I show up, I make sure that's on the agenda that they're going to learn and we're going to talk about it. Because in a membership, it's a group effort to help one another. It's not always on me. And I've told them that it's on us. It's a us thing. So if Crafty Leo is having problems with her live streaming, we take that time and say, okay, what's the problem you having? I'll bring it up on the screen. Y'all know me. I'll bring something up on the screen. I'll bring it up on the screen and we will work through it. We'll figure it out together, because we're stronger together. I don't belittle people. I don't care if I know how to work something from top to bottom, from A to Z. I come in at a level of where they are. Okay, let's take baby steps. And that's what I do. I'm not here to be talking like I'm talking to the people at Wall Street or something. Okay, I talk to you on a level that makes it easy for you to understand, because I want you to leave with a level of knowledge. I'm not here to make myself look smarter than the average bear. No, there are times and places for that. I have had to do that before in my life, especially when I go to doctor's appointments or my kids go to doctor's appointments. Sometimes I have to pull out that master's degree to let people know what I'm working with. But like I said, there's a time and a place for that. On here, I'm here to help. But it's changed now. My level of free help has changed now. I didn't want to have to make these changes, but God has a way of showing you. Hey, Jamaica, welcome in. God has a way of showing you when it's time to shift or pivot. And even when you don't want to do something, and you sit there and say, well, I know they done smacked my hand 2 or 3 times. I know they don't want to hear it from me. And you continue to stay and continue to show up in the same manner. God has a way of turning up the heat. He will allow things to happen to you, like more smacks on the hand, more disrespect, because he's trying to get you to turn. He's trying to get you to see something that you miss because you really want to help. He's trying to get you to refocus in another area. And that's how I took all of these things I keep hearing as it pertains to me. I'm shifting. So even the content that's going to come even after today's live, it's going to be different. It's going to be very different because I'm reclaiming my time. You don't want to hear it from me? You won't hear it from me. But I will at times let it go over to my membership if they want to hear it. And I'll ask, hey, y'all want to hear about this? Do y'all want to hear about this? And if nobody, they say, no, I'm like, okay, cool. I keep it to myself. But if it's something that's of value and they want to hear about it, hey, we talk about it. We discuss it. But what I'm no longer going to be doing is sticking my neck out there for it to be hit. I'm not doing that anymore. And like I said in my community post a few days ago, a lot of people on these live streaming platforms are doing the exact same thing because we're coming to the realization that y'all don't want to hear it from the people that's got proof in the pudding. You don't want to hear it from people that have skin in the game. You don't want to hear it from the people that have educated themselves on whatever their topic of discussion is. You don't want to hear it from them. So they're making video after video, live stream after live stream, content after content, pouring for it just to fall all over the ground. You don't want to hear it from them. You don't want to invest in their membership. A lot of people here got memberships. You don't want to invest in their membership, but you want what they have. You want to know what they know, but you don't want to invest in it. Baby, that's on you. But I'm shifting. Everything about me shifting. If my smartness or my level of intelligence offends you now, prepare yourself to be more offended. I told you all when I was talking about dumbing down, I'm not doing it. I refuse. I'm not dumbing down to make you feel more comfortable. It's not going to happen. You're going to have to come on up a little higher. You're going to have to learn to listen if you're going to deal with me. You don't have to deal with me. There's a whole lot of other people in this chat and a whole lot of people on YouTube that you can get your information from. Good luck with that. Congratulations. I pray you find whoever your source is going to be. Whoever your resource, whatever you need, I pray you get it wherever you need it from. But I, the educated natural, am no longer going to be wasting my time giving out information that is not needed, not asked for, not requested in some sort of way. Maybe it may not apply to you. I'm not going to waste my time doing that. When I tell you for the last couple of weeks, I'm looking at my calendar, for the last couple of weeks, I have had fellow content creators that read that had either said the same thing I was thinking before I made the post, and after I made the post, my inbox really blew up from people of saying, I feel the same way. Either they were disrespected in somebody's chat because they gave it a suggestion. They were trying to help out the host, or they was trying to help out somebody that's in the chat that asked the question that maybe the host missed and somebody got upset or offended about it. Like, are we not supposed to help each other? Is that what it is? Or is the problem because you aren't able to help the person? You mad at the ones that can? I'm just a little confused. But as for me, I'm revamping my channel. I'm revamping my content. I'm reclaiming my time on a lot of things. But I will never deny those that God has told me to help. But what I'm doing now is I'm not going to just be giving unsolicited advice to people that don't want it. Especially when I have seen my name mentioned in places and you were up there rolling your eyes or sucking your teeth or ignoring the comment altogether. You don't have to worry about me. You don't have to worry about 10. 10 will not help you because you don't want 10's help. I'm not even going to suggest other people because that's still my help. So those of you that are educators, those of you that are instructors, those of you that's givers, you've been given, you have gone above and beyond to educate yourself on a subject matter, hang in there. Continue to give where God tells you to give at. But if God is trying to get you to pivot, lift up your feet, stop digging in your heels, and pivot into the direction he is trying to get you to go. Stop being stubborn about it. Especially if you're a giver, trust me, it was not easy for me to sit there and take down that video that I was going to do, that instructional video live I was going to do about Restream. It was not easy for me to sit there and say, I'm not going to do it. It was not easy. So what God had me to do instead, I still did it. I just did it for my members only. They got that training because they've made the investment and have shown me that they are interested in the information I provide. So they got that training. But the masses, no. Some information just isn't for everybody. So I had to lock it down because I know, and I have heard and I have seen, people pay hundreds to thousands of dollars just to be in another person's webinar. In a webinar where there are slideshows and everything. Hundreds of dollars. I'm sitting here giving stuff away for free and getting smacked. I said, you know what? You ain't smacking me no more. I'm from the hood. You ain't, look, you're not smacking me no more. You got it. Good luck. Now you're going to have to come see the resource. You're going to have to get it from the source. You're going to have to come get it from Ted yourself because Ted is not giving it for free no more. I love y'all. I do. Welcome in, Kenneth. Welcome in. But what you're not going to keep doing is hitting me and being disrespectful to me and think I'm just going to just wipe it off and be like, it's okay. And I'm over here mad and upset. And when early on in the early years, I'm over here, how they going to do it? I was just trying to help. They so rude. No, we don't do that. We don't do that no more. And for my fellow content creator that inboxed me the other day and you was upset and you wanted to quit, and baby, I understand the frustration. I do. Been there, done that. But it comes with the territory. Dry your tears, re-strategize, and figure out who you're going to help, how you're going to help them. And I have said it once and I'll say it again. And my members have heard this. If you're going to offer a service, just like if you're going to offer a product, some services need to have a cost associated with it, especially if you're doing business. Especially if you're doing business. If Jamerica is here and she said, you know what, I'm going to give a class on how to plant seeds and how to increase your germination rates. She may give you a teaser for free on her channel. But I would not blame her if she say, I'm about to put this in a course. I would not blame her if she said, I'm about to put this behind a membership, a paywall of some sort. I would not blame her. I'm like, now that's business. You give them a teaser and then you give them the full course behind payment. Because there's nothing worse than somebody, for instance, as we're on live stream, somebody coming to me and saying, I want to learn how to use, OBS. I want to learn how to use OBS. Teach me how to use OBS. And I say, okay, well, what type of computer I can't say computer. What type of computer do you have? And they say, oh, I don't have a computer. I have my cell phone. I'm sorry, what? Yeah, that's going to be very hard, if not impossible, for you to use your cell phone to do OBS. Your cell phone will probably blow up if you're even able to do it. Yeah, you don't even have the right equipment to be able to do this. Yeah, that's not going to work. OBS is not going to be the platform for you. But if you want me to teach you once you get a computer, then absolutely, we can go from there. But it's going to be behind. It's going to cost you. It's going to cost you. It's not going to be for free. Because the level of training and teaching that OBS, for instance, is going to take to teach it the right way. And if you don't find value in that, then hey, that's on you. Keep on stepping and go through YouTube University and blow, have your head blown up. Try to learn it. It's up to you. But you can't even go like to college and think, oh, I want to have a degree in such and such and think it's going to be for free. They be like, nah, it's per class. Like, yo, what do you think this is? And so I just want everyone in here, every content creator in here, stop devaluing what you bring to the table. Stop devaluing it. Stop listening to the naysayers and you want to quit and give up prematurely. If that's not what God says to do, then don't do it. You got to listen to him. In all things, you got to acknowledge him. You have to. And let him direct your path. I know it's frustrating. I know it gets on your absolutely last nerve when people are listening to the wrong people. And sometimes you got to literally put your fingers in your ear, get completely out of wherever you are, where you're hearing that information and witnessing the struggle. I know it's hard not to open your mouth and say, well, all you got to do is, but sometimes you got to just put a bridle on. You got to just, put your hands under here or put them in your pocket. Do not type. Don't say nothing. They did not ask you. Don't say nothing. Because people ask questions they really don't want to know the answer to as well. And for those that ask questions that do want to know the answer, they don't want to hear it from you. They're tired of hearing your name. They tired of hearing about you, girl. They tired of hearing your name. They're tired of your name being spoken in rooms you're not even in. They're just tired of you. Well, prepare yourself because you're really about to be tired of me. You're just not my target audience. That's all. You can move on. You can go ahead. You're fine. Exit stage left, right, wherever you want to go. Just keep your negativity to yourself. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to stop doing what God created me to do. It's not going to happen. So I need everyone in here. If you see someone in the chat that you are not connected to, please connect with them. There are some great channels here, from gardening to tech channels to sewing to crafting to just so many, as I'm scrolling through here, so many great, knowledgeable content creators on here. Personally, I only want to work with people that's teachable. That has always been my motto. I cannot believe I slipped from that, but that has always been my motto. I only want to work with people that are teachable. Meaning you come in and you listen and you're able to comprehend, and then you go and you execute. But if you're just coming in and you're just listening and you're not doing anything, you're wasting your time and money. So if you want to waste your own time, baby, go ahead. Like this little say, go ahead. I ain't gonna say go ahead, go ahead. Okay? Do what you do. But you're not gonna be wasting my time. So any questions? If anyone has any questions, thank you to all my moderators. Thank you, G Mama, for everything you do. Thank you to, it's the only moderator I think I've seen in here. I will be revamping my moderators as well. I will be doing that because I have some moderators that I haven't seen in my lives in a long time. Okay. So I will be, some of them aren't even on YouTube anymore. They haven't did a video in a long time. So I will be revamping my moderators as well. And I want to thank each and every one of my members for being here. Thank y'all for the words of encouragement. Thank y'all for the questions in our private Instagram group. Thank you for applying the things that I have taught. Thank you, each and every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Excuse me. Thank you so much. Once again, thank you, Jay, for that dragon fruit. Oh, that was good. Thank you so much. And I'm telling you, once we cut it and I put it in the refrigerator and let it sweeten up a little bit more, oh, that was good. That was good. So thank you, my daughter. Thanks you so, so much. So the smile on her face, priceless. It was worth it. So thank you. Thank you to, who else is here? Let me see. Did I miss anybody? I hope I didn't miss anyone. If I missed you, charge it to my head, not my heart. Thank you for being here, because you could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be with me for this last hour and a half. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Also tonight is the return of Wind Down Wednesday. So they are coming back, I believe, at 7 Eastern is when they go live. So Wind Down Wednesday with Hands in the Dirt, The Everyday Life of an OCD-ish Chick, and Bougie Prepper. They are back, y'all. They are back. So tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, they will be back. And I can't wait, because I know the shenanigans are about to begin, because they have had a break. They are refreshed. They are ready to make the laughs happen tonight. So I'm excited to see that. So if you are not connected with Hands in the Dirt, connect with Hands in the Dirt so you don't miss their live tonight. Turn on your notifications so you don't miss that. As well as over here, if you have not subscribed to the channel, I would invite you to look around first. Take in a couple of videos, live streams. If you see something that's of interest, you see something that has motivated you, inspired you, please, I invite you to become a member here on the channel, as well as a subscriber here on the channel first and foremost. And if there is something that you would like to see me add, something, a question or inquiry, you can inbox me on Instagram under the same name, The Educated Natural. And if it's something that I can freely help you with, I will. If it's something that's under the membership, I will also invite you to the membership. All right. But don't hesitate. Ask. You just never know. You may ask and you may receive. You just never know. But I do invite you to become a part of the channel here by hitting the subscribe button, as well as joining the membership for more in-depth discussions. All right. Thank you guys for being here. May God continue to bless each and every one of you. Make sure that you check on those that you know in the community that were impacted by the storm, by the hurricane. Make sure you check on them, get a head count, make sure they are okay. If something happens hey, Yankee sister, how are you? If something happens between now and the next time we are allowed to meet together under God's guidance, please do not hesitate. You can inbox me on Instagram under The Educated Natural. If there is somebody that needs a prayer request, something's going on that you feel I need to know about, please let me know. Hey, Pastor Lee, Intrigued Arts, you and Yankee sister coming in here. We about to wrap this thing up. But I want to thank each and every one of you. Please stay focused on your goals, on your journey, on the things that are important to you in your life. Stay focused. Don't allow anyone else's negativity to push you off of your square. Stay focused. God is in control of it all. But if God is telling you to pivot, don't you dig your heels in. Continue to pivot. God loves you. I love you. I wish you so many more blessings. But before we get out of here, nah, I'm not going to do it. Never mind. I'm not even going to do it because they're not even in the chat. So I'm not even going to do it. But until God allows us to come together, it is my prayer that he continues to watch over you. He continues to lead. He continues to guide you along your journey. Father, as we prepare ourselves to leave this place, but never your presence, we ask that you continue to wrap your loving arms all around us. And for those that are experiencing the traumatic experience of the flood, God, and of the storm, Father, continue to wrap your loving arms around them. Give them power, God. Restore the power right now in the name of Jesus. Father God, let them not go a day without food, even if they had to throw some food away. God, replenish, God, tenfold to everything that they have lost during this storm. Father God, whatever lesson you needed them to learn in the midst of all these trials and tribulations, let it be seen right now in the name of Jesus. Now, Father God, continue to be with your people as we continue to listen to your voice and follow you. And as we continue to anchor in you, God, and not in ourselves. Father, we thank you. We love you. We praise you. And we will always give you all glory, all honor that is due unto you. Until we meet again, we seal this prayer in the name of Jesus. Amen. May God bless each and every one of you. Love you. God bless.